Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on what they call Bhagavad Gita, Gita Gyan program. So today is the 14th day. We have been together for the last 2 weeks. See how fast the time flies, huh? But I believe that these 2 weeks is such a wonderful moment in time. So a lot of realization, a lot of awareness, lot of sharing, and a lot of transformation. So I'm overwhelmed with great ecstasy. Actually, I'm so excited to hear that so much of transformations are happening. Some of you are just first time here, first time understanding Gita, studying Gita, learning. Such a wonderful testimonies I'm getting. So please share your feeling, your testimony. All right, it gives me, the one and only thing that gives me energy here is to see your excitement and how much that you feel good about it. Nah? So please share more and more. So before we start, is there anything that you want to say or discuss or what before we continue? Because today is a very short topic actually. All okay? Mr. Ramachandram Appalanaidu. I saw you mute yourself, unmute. Okay. All right. Where is it? Where is it gone?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
No, I just wanted to wish you.
Yes. Okay. No, I thought you want to say something.
I just came. I just on it, but yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
right. Okay, so after yesterday's program, of course, some devotees were sharing some good things to me. All right, so today we're going to continue with chapter 14. Okay, it's going to be the three modes of material nature. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So today we're going to discuss chapter 14. So let's take darshan from Sri Sri Gauranitai, deities from Hungary. And also Navavrajadam from Hungary, what they call Sri Sri Radha Shyama Sundara. Okay, let's start with the prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's chant together 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Hari Om Tat Sat. Today we dedicate our program, the 14th chapter, the studies, to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program is inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and also dedicate this program to His Grace Hanadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bangalore ISKCON Shishadipuram, creator and brainchild of the Essence of Gita program worldwide. Right, let's look at today's understanding of Gita. Okay, so it says here, right, in the world, men are not meant to quarrel like cats and dogs. Now you see that a lot of quarrels happening now. Like now you see in Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, everywhere around the world. Okay, there is a religious hatred and all these things happening. Okay, they are basically quarreling like a cat and dogs. But men must be intelligent to realize the importance of human life. Right? We are all thinking, our right, our constitution right, our right, Of course, in these countries, sometimes there's racism, there's things which is not fair. But actually, if you really look at it, it has got nothing to do with us. Once we have intelligence, now we are developing our intelligence. Actually, it is just a mundane quarrel, because after all, nothing will happen. They're going to say they're going to do this, it's not going to happen, and by you protesting, also nothing's going to happen. Therefore, it is always advisable, especially, sometimes for my what they call Sastras marathon. No, I'm doing this Sastra study marathon in the morning. I always encourage my students to give up reading newspaper, what they call social media and all these things, right? So basically, and I'm happy to see that most of the devotees have already cancelled, because it's only going to create frustration. It's not going to give you happiness. It's giving you addiction and frustration only. Okay. Then after that, you think about it. You contemplate about it. Then after that, you go out, you talk with your friends. What's happening is not fair. Now suddenly there's a new cabinet changes in the country and people are not happy. And this one particular party, you want to get out from this party, and people are commenting. Nonsense. Total waste of time. All right. Because men must be intelligent. Okay. And should realize the importance of human life. Because the important in human life, and refuse to act like an ordinary animals. Because for animal, that is the nature. You see, when a dog from one territory comes to another territory, all the dogs will go and attack. And even cat. From one territory to one territory, the cat enters. This territory cat will chase that territory. Just like how, if you from one country go to another country, that country will chase you out. Just like that, but we human are evolved. Okay. Cats still fighting with claws and teeth. The animals are still fighting with claws and teeth, but we are fighting with guns, guns and weaponry. Okay. So like that, even if you look at the bird, even you look at the lion, tigers, if you watch this National Geography, all right, everything is characterized. Okay. So we should understand the human form of life, and we should refuse to act like ordinary animal. If you really see, are we really have improved our life? This is something for our contemplation, right? Because you all are studying Bhagavad Gita. So this is something that you should contemplate. Dog sleep, we also sleep. Dog make love to produce puppy, and we also have sex to produce children. Dog eat, we also eat. Dog protect the puppies, we protect our children. Dog working hard for food, we also working hard for food. So what is the difference between man and the dog, or man with any other kind of animal? The tiger, lion, just imagine all that things. What is the difference? Right? The only difference is dog runs in 4 legs and we are running in 4 wheels. Right? So we are actually some kind of polished animal. Even though we are living in a very advanced environment, but our mentality is still animalistic mentality. That is what the thing is happening around us. Because now when you're studying Bhagavad Gita, try to look around you. Try to look around you. If you really look around you, you start to understand. Basically, people out there are living a kind of animalistic way of life. All right? But they say this is advancement. This advancement, that advancement, and all these kind of things, right? So that's why he says we should refuse to act like an ordinary animal. A human being, all right, should realize the aim of his life. What is that aim of life? And that aim of life is given in the direction given by all the Vedic literature. The aim of life is given in all the Vedas. Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. If you just look at all, even Mahabharata, even when you look at Ramayana, if you study all the Vedic literature, it gives the aim of life. Even when you look at that Quran and also Bible, it also gives you aim of life. Go back to Jannah or go back to heaven. That's the aim. It is not like a random thing, right? So it is given in all the Vedic literature. But the essence of the aim, where you should aim, is given in Bhagavad Gita. The essence is given in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So what we understand, all the things are talking about karma kanda, do this ritual, that ritual, go and take bath in Ganga, Yamuna, and all these kind of things. So what? So that we can promote to heaven. Okay? When you look at other religion like Quran and Bible also says, you can go to paradise. Go to paradise, right? Go to heaven and have fun, enjoy, right? But of course, the essence of that direction is given in Bhagavad Gita. What? Let's go beyond heaven. There's a place called beyond heaven. And once you go there, you will never return. All right? And you don't enjoy your sense individually. You don't enjoy your sense through the sense object. We studied that yesterday. Eye seeing pretty girls. Tongue enjoying alcohol in heaven actually. Ears listening to some nice music by Gandharvas. And see the girls are dancing, Apsaras. The dancing girls, heavenly courtesan. Right? Then, after that, the sense of touch and everything. So you're just going to accelerate your sense and enjoy yourself. That's all. Nothing else. But Bhagavad Gita says, there's one place you can go beyond that. You go beyond that. And once you go there, you will never return. And once you go there, you will never ask anything. Because all your senses are fully satisfied. So, the Vedic literature is meant for a human being, not for animals. All right? Now, when you see a dog, we can identify, yes, it's a dog. When you see a cat, we can identify, oh, that's a cat. When you see a pig, we can identify, oh, that's a pig. But when you see a human, it's a question mark. Because we don't know what is his natural, what is his, what they call dominant things that he has. Is he a dog? Is he a cat? Or is it a pig? We don't know. Because there's a thing that inside. Because human being is a question mark. Right? In this gap of human body, but we have that kind of mentality. So this is not meant for any. So animals can live, kill other animals. Fair enough. And there's no question of sin. But if the man kills the animal for the satisfaction for his uncontrolled taste, the 6 inches tongue, anything that goes below your throat, same. Whether you have taken meat or you've eaten grain. You have taken grain, rice, or you have taken beef. As long after the throat down, it's same only. But just for that first 6 inches, that triggers a kind of excitement, taste excitement. So much of things has to be killed. All right? He must be responsible for the breaking the law of nature. He has to take responsibility. So in Bhagavad Gita is clearly explained there are 3 kinds of activity according to the different modes of nature. And activities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, there are 3 kinds of eatables, which is goodness, passion, and ignorance. All these things are clearly described. And if we properly utilize the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, if you just simply follow the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified. Purified from what? Animalistic life. We are upgrading at last. When a person starts studying Bhagavad Gita, it is understood he is now upgrading his life from animal standard to human standard. Right? Animal standard to human standard. Right? So when then his life becomes purified. All right? Then ultimately, we will be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. So that is the understandings of Bhagavad Gita. And especially, this is going to be the topic of the day. So, let's look at Gita Mahatmya. Devaki Nandana Krishno. Gita Patena Tushyati. Yatana Vedir Danena Yakna Tirtha Vratadibihi. It says the son of Devaki. All right? Devaki means Devaki Putra. Devaki Nandana or Devaki Putra. That means the son of Devaki means Krishna was born to Devaki. Who is the Supreme Personality of God, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas. So if you can study all the Vedas, you don't satisfy him. If you give a lot of charity in the world, you cannot satisfy him. You do all varieties of sacrifice, you can't satisfy him. You do all kind of pilgrimage, you don't satisfy him. You take a vow, take Vridham, vow, you don't satisfy him. As much as he's satisfied by devotional recitation of the Gita. When we devotionally recite the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna becomes satisfied. Krishna is the root of a tree. When we want to water a plant, we don't water the twig, the leaf, or the fruit. We just simply pour the water onto the root, the whole tree is satisfied. Similarly, when Krishna is satisfied, the entire 33 million devatas, and everything is satisfied. So when you have taken up this thing, you don't owe anyone, because you owe so many people. Who are the people that you owe? Right? You owe the mother cow. Number 2, you owe the mother nature that you're sitting on it. Then you owe the devatas. The one produces, gives you heat, that gives you water, that gives you air, that gives you all these kind of facilities. You owe them. You owe to the rishis. All right? Like that, we have many owing. We owe to our forefather. Because we owe to the forefather, we are trying to do pinda. We are trying to do the annual this thing, because we owe them. All right? But the thing is, we are only doing to this one. How about others? We are trying to repay to the nature, all the devatas, especially during the Pongal. When we do that Pongal, the Pongal ceremony, that is to repay. But you owe so many people. Without paying your debt, you can never come out of this. Like what the Muslim used to say, hutang dunia, hutang akhirat. Okay? Hutang dunia is hutang akhirat. So you have a lot of hutang, you have a lot of debts. Without settle the debts, you can never get out of this place. But when you simply satisfy Krishna, you don't owe anyone. You don't owe anyone. You don't owe your forefathers. Your forefathers benefiting you from you studying Gita. You don't owe any devatas because you are satisfying the Lord. Right? You don't owe the rishis. Because the idea about all these things is that you will serve this. They give you option. Well, you worship the devas, worship the Supreme Personality. You don't owe us. If you don't want to do that, you settle our money, our settlement. All right? So something like that. So that means when we simply, so in order to do that, from us doing the tedious process of karma kanda or the rituals, simply read the Bhagavad Gita. Simply read the Bhagavad Gita. And how you should read it? Devotional recitation. You don't see this book as just an ordinary book. Even you see it as ordinary book, there's a transmission start happening. Read it very carefully, very attentively, word by word. Read the purport at the bottom. Because in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining what you should understand in that subject. What you should understand. Right? So with the guidance of Srila Prabhupada, with the purport down there, you will understand the intention of Krishna. So your reading becomes perfect. All right? So with that, let's start today's chapter. Chapter 14. The 3 modes of material nature. All right. So let's recap from what Krishna says, what they call? In chapter 13, text 22. He says, Purusha prakriti stohi, bhumte prakriti jan gunan, karanang guna sangoshya, sat asat yoni janmasu. All right, yesterday we read this thing, right? So what he says here? He says, oops. Okay. What he says? The living entity, okay, in the material nature. Okay. So what is this? This living entity is called the Jiva. Jiva that lives in material nature, which call as Prakriti, this material nature. Thus, follow the way of life. Follow the way of life. Okay, how? Enjoying the 3 modes of material nature. Enjoying the 3 modes of material nature. All right? By enjoying. So how they are enjoying the 3 modes of material nature? Why it's like that? Because this is due to the association with that material nature. All right? Because of the association of the material nature, the Jiva is enjoying it. Right? So through that enjoyment, the 3 modes of material Jiva, he meets with good and evil among that various species. Okay? Among that various species of life, they see the good and the evil. Okay? Then, with that, so now, Krishna starts speaking in chapter 14, text 1. Very important. Okay? I hope that you all pay a real good attention. And after this, please study the Gita. In this chapter, it's going to be clear you so many doubts. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Parang Bhuyak Pravakshyami. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. Yat jnatva munayo sarve parang siddhim ito gataha. It says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, said, again, Krishna says again, I shall declare to you. All right. What are you going to declare? The supreme wisdom. Okay. So just now it was a realization all the while. But now he's talking about wisdom. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. The wisdom. Jnanam, intelligent. Which is the best of all knowledge. All right. Why is the best of all knowledge? If you understand this, you know how to adjust this. Sometimes we are in ignorant. We don't know what to do it. So once we get the idea, oh, like this, okay, next time I can take care. All right. So this is the best of knowledge. Why? Because by knowing which, all the sages, not ordinary people, all the sages, they attain the supreme perfection. They attain the supreme perfection. So this was the secret which is kept by the sages. Because the sages who are isolate themselves from the mass public, people may not understand what is their secret. So now Krishna is saying, I will declare to you, I'll make a proclamation, declaration, this supreme wisdom, which is the best of all knowledge on self-realization. Knowing which, by understanding this, all the great sages have achieved the supreme perfection. All right. Then he says, what is that? All right. Example. Okay. Just to give you a rough idea. You have a goal. What is your goal? To go for a concert. Then the man thinks to go. There's a concert is happening. And this man think of going to the concert. So what is the process of that? He know how to hurdle. He know the hurdle and cross it. So he need to get the money and purchase the ticket so he can go for the concert. So the goal, the concert is the goal. And the man thinks to go. And the process is, he must know the hurdle to cross it. He must know how to go there. Simply have to buy the ticket to go for the concert. So similarly, the jiva thinks. The jiva thinks what to do. Because the goal is devotional service. Because devotional service is the easiest way that Krishna is very pleased. Because Krishna says meditation doesn't work. Krishna says acquiring knowledge doesn't work. Krishna says activity working for this, okay, all this. But he says among all these things, okay, he didn't say I shouldn't use the word doesn't work, it works. But among all these things, the best is devotional service. So the goal is, how can I engage in that devotional service? Bhakti yoga. So in order to do that, the jiva must know the process to know the hurdle to cross it. So what is that hurdle? What is stopping us? It is basically the three ladies up there. Can you see the three ladies with the puppet? They are just a puppeteer. We are just a puppet. And the ladies up there are puppeteer. So this is the mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. 14.3. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbang dadamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanang tato bhavati bharata. So in this 14.3, what Krishna says, all right? He says, the total material substance that we see, the substance, right? The Panchabhuta and all these things is called as Brahman. Brahman. All right? Is the source of the birth. Is the source of birth. Is the place where the birth happened. The jiva is born. The creation of the jiva. All right? And he says, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate. So I am the cause. Mama yonir. Mama, me, yonir, birth. Mahat Brahma. True, I gave birth through the Mahat Brahma. Tasmin garbang, pregnancy. Dadamyaham. Sambhava sarva bhutanam. So I impregnate, making possible of the birth of all living entities. All right? So, Sambhava sarva bhutanam, all living entities. Sarva, all. Bhutanam, living entities. O son of Bharata. So what Krishna says, the total material substance called Brahman, right, is the source of the birth, and that is and it is that Brahman that I impregnate. I impregnate the Brahman, making possible the birth of all living beings. All right. Now I want to ask any devotees here. Anyone got any idea about what we read now? Any one of you have read Srimad Bhagavatam or reading Bhagavatam? Anyone reading Bhagavatam?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes,
Anyone?
Yes, Prabhu.
No one reading? Yeah, are you reading Bhagavatam?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, what do you understand? You are in which part now, Bhagavatam?
Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam?
Srimad Bhagavatam. I think you haven't gone to Srimad Bhagavatam yet, I think. Anyone? Charna Lakshmi Mataji? Or who else we have? Is it Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu is here?
Yes, I read.
Oh, okay, you are here. Okay, happy to see you. You understand which part of this, Prabhu? I impregnate, making all the living entities.
Creation, Prabhu.
Yes. So, what Krishna did? He looked at
Prakriti.
Prakriti. That means the shadow of Rama Devi, right?
And impregnates by his glands.
Yes. And what do you call that? What Shakti is that?
It's
Tatastha
the
Shakti.
material Shakti, Prabhu.
Tatastha. Remember Tatastha?
Yeah. Marginal.
Marginal. Tatastha Shakti. So, when he looked at Rama Devi, and so when you look at Rama Devi and the thing goes to what they call the shadow, and through that he pregnant. Okay, anyway, it's a big subject matter. All right. But it's very interesting. This is all clearly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, how to understand that? So, like now, but the scorpion, say, like for instance, where do scorpion lay egg? The scorpion lay egg in the rice. All right. But now you don't see it lah. In those days, they say the scorpion born. Okay. So when the scorpion lay egg in the rice and born from the rice. All right. So now the question is, did scorpion born from the rice? No. So now that is how the jiva come in contact with the nature. We think that we are part of this nature, but actually we born from the nature? No. All right. So that is the analogy. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. 14.4. Now Krishna is mentioning here. Sarva yonishu kaunteya. All right. 14.4. What Krishna says? Sarva yonishu. All right. Sarva, all. Yonishu means yoni. Okay. Okay. Anyway. So yonishu means species. All species. Oh kaunteya. Murtaya sambhavantiya. Tasang brahma mahat yonir. Ajam bija pradapita. Sarva yoneshu kaunteya. Okay. Murtaya. Okay. Murtaya means is murti. Murtiya. That means it's a form. Sarva yoneshu kaunteya. Murtaya sambhavantiya. Tasang brahma mahat yonir. Aham. Aham means I. Bija. Seed. Prada. Pita. Pita means father. So now what Krishna is saying here, he's mentioning here like this. Now he says, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth. That means all the species of life appear in this place by birth. Either born through the semen, born through an egg, born through a water base, or born through a seed. There's 4 ways the jiva is born. All these possible by birth in this material nature. Nothing came falling from the sky. Then after that, aham bija pradapita. Pita means father. Bija means seed. So he says that I am the seed giving father. So all that living entities, everything that created is actually through me. Aham bija. So I am the seed giving father. So Krishna says. Okay. Then, all right, 14.5. Then after that he says, okay, Sattva Rajas Tama iti. Sattva Rajas Tama iti. Guna Prakriti Sambhava. Nibatnanti Mahabaho Dehe Dehinam Avyayam. So this material nature consists of 3 modes. Okay, got 3 different modes. Okay, first is mode of goodness. All right, Guna Karti Sambhava. All right, second is, okay, first is Sattvam. Sattva Guna is goodness. Second is passion. That is called Rajas. And the third is ignorance, which is called as Tama. Tamagunam. Tamadam. Sometimes we can say Tamadam. Okay, everything is getting delayed. Okay. When the eternal living entity, what is the eternal living entity? The soul, you, comes in contact with nature. So when the eternal living soul, that means you, we as the soul, when we come in contact with the nature, oh mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. So when we come into this kind of nature, we become conditioned. Right? Example. Now we are all Indians. Majority of us are Indians, right? Unless we have Kaushika Prabhu, who is a Chinese body. And yeah. Okay. And also we have that Mataji from Russia. Anyway, so we all have, all right, we look exactly Indians and Chinese. But we don't have the behavior or the attitude or the mentality of the Indians in India or Chinese in China. Right? Even though we taken up this body as an Indian body, but my attitude, my character, everything is Indianized, but still I don't have it because I'm conditioned in Malaysia. All right. Now, okay. Have you seen anyone who goes to overseas? Once they come back from overseas, they will be conditioned according to the thing. Example, the language. When a person goes to America, he comes back. All right? He goes to America. He go there, he become conditioned of that material nature, of that American way of life. He comes back and speak America. You know, hey guy, how are you doing? You know, oh, I'm fine in that. But what happens if you go to what they call Britain, UK? You speak, people cannot understand. Wah. Taxi, boost. You know, can you catch me a boost? Boost? You want to boost now? No, boost. What is the boost? Boost is bus, B-U-S. Cup, they call coop. The word you, they use coop. Coop, boost. You know, not like that. So that means we go there, we become conditioned, we come back. Waya. Waya means water. Give me a water. We say water, they say wara. Right? So like that. So that means even in this life, we become conditioned according to that environment. Any one of you have heard that? Have seen that before? Anyone? Have seen any conditioning? Your relative or one goes overseas and come back and start to act like a European?
Many of
right?
them.
Many. My uncle, my father's younger brother, married an Irish, settled in New Zealand. He comes back. The way he act, typical European. All right? Oh, yeah. You know, the way they act. Because it's not they're pretending, because they're conditioned. We are all conditioned. So what Krishna says here, the material nature only got 3 modes, which is goodness, passion, ignorance. So when the eternal living entity come in contact with this nature, they become conditioned by these three modes. That's why you have to understand this further. We are all just like a pure glass of water. But the water transforms according to the nature. Okay? So the soul and the body is neutral and pure. But that body bonds into certain kind of family, it adopts certain kind of culture. It is no pre-plan. Where it falls, it grows accordingly. Right? So it becomes conditioned. Okay, now. Okay. So whatever condition we may be, either you can be born in a royal family, or you can be born into a very high class family, high caste, or you can be whatever it is. It's just still a handcuff. It doesn't matter we have a golden handcuff, silver handcuff, or iron handcuff. But whatever it is, our hand is cuffed. All right? We are handcuffed. So it doesn't matter. Oh, I got a golden handcuff. What still? You've been restrained. So like that. Okay? Then Krishna says in verse 6, Tatra satvang nimarlatvat prakashakam anamayam sukha sangena batnati jnana sangena chanaga. So now we're going to look at the different types of people in different mode. Okay? Number one, we're going to discuss about this. Oh, sinless one. Okay? The mode of goodness. What is the mode of goodness? Being pure than others. So we got three modes: passion and ignorance. So mode of goodness is better, pure. Naturally, this mode is illuminating. Okay? Illuminating. And usually it frees one from all sinful reaction if you follow the right way. But anyway, those situated in this, in that mode, they become conditioned by sense of happiness and knowledge. So usually those people in the mode of goodness, what is their conditioning? Their conditioning is sense of happiness and knowledge. Jnana sangena chanaga. Okay? Now let's look at the next one. Okay? The next one, all right? Okay. Okay, we just go. Okay. So in the material world, what happened? The goodness purifies one's consciousness. The goodness purifies one's consciousness and creates hankering for a higher knowledge. So this mode is favorable platform from which to pursue spiritual life. All right, just as airport is favorable place from which to travel. All right, when you want to go to travel, the suitable place you have to start from the airport. Okay. Now, then the next one, the Raja Guna. Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. Tan Nibatnati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. So what does this mean? The mode of passion usually born of unlimited desires and longing. All right. O son of Kunti, and because of this embodied living entity is bound by material fruitive action. All right. So these people are bound to material fruitive action. Okay. What they say? So the people in this mode of passion, they are born with unlimited desire. Basically, now people are somehow or other in that kind of things. Suddenly one guy will come and say, I got a business opportunity. Come have a look. Right? Some kind of MLM business or some insurance stuff business and all this. They are coming and they say, oh, I got a good business. Because basically people in the mode of passion. Because they have unlimited desire. Then longing. Oh, I wish if I got a Mercedes Benz. I wish. So longing. So they work even harder. And because of this, the embodied living entity is bound or conditioned to material fruitive action. So they are always interested in having fun and to develop further. All right. Just a material fruitive action. All right. What is the example? When you look at this, So the modern civilization is considered to be advanced in standard of mode of passion, right? It's advanced in the standard of mode of passion. Now let's look at 14.8 in mode of ignorance. Krishna says, Tamastva jnanatam jam viddi mohanam sarva dehina pramadalasya nidrabis tan nibatnati bharata. He say, oh son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, okay, the mode of darkness, which is born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entity. It delusion all the embodied living entity. The result of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep. They become mad, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. Right? So these are the things that usually you see when you look at this. Okay, let me see. What is the next one? So, all right. So when you look at this, what does this mean? This is the it's a mode of darkness. That's why you see all the pub, all the disco, all this kind of entertainment, they start to begin at night. Everyone thinks night is the time to enjoy. That is mode of ignorance. It's a mode of ignorance. Because that's a time where they go, they drink, they have fun, they go to the pub, laugh, enjoy, because that is the natural set of mode of ignorance. Sometimes people like to wear all black, black shirt, black pant. They prefer all black, black car, So these are the things, naturally the person is some or other in mode of ignorance. So now I want you to look at this. What is that difference? So now first when you look at this, the mode of goodness. The mode of goodness is considered it frees one from sinful reaction. Okay. But one thing I want you to highlight here is this. He says, those situated in that mode of this thing is conditioned. I want you to highlight the word condition by the sense of happiness. Okay. Then the person who are in the mode of passion, and because of this embodied living entity is bound or conditioned again by material fructification. Okay. Then when you look at this mode of passion, it says the mode of darkness, mode of ignorance is delusion of all embodied is the result of this mode of passion and indolence, which is which binding, all right, is also a condition. So what we can understand from this, these three mode of nature, whether we are in the mode of goodness, whether we are in the mode of passion, mode of ignorance, we are all within this material nature. Okay, this all we are under the material nature, which we're going to discuss later. But anyway, since I'm speaking about it, I'll tell you. All right, just say this is the house that you live in. All right, this is the house that you live in. Okay, you are living in this house. Example, this is the house that you live in. All right, in this house, you have partition. Right, you have a partition. The first partition like this. All right, you have a second partition. Right, the second brother stays here, and the third partition is like this. Okay, I just put three different colors. So when you look at this, so what happened now? In this first partition, in that house, you see the children, see like your siblings, they are waking up early in the morning. They are doing the prayer, right? They are waking up early in the morning. They're doing the prayer and they study and they become sober and all this. So these children in this, the sibling is in mode of goodness. The second room, your another sibling, he plays video game. He always thinking about making money. He always talk to the friend. Where shall we go? Shall we go for bowling? Have you seen some pretty girls around? Hey, do you know that girl from that school? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she's staying here. They talk about girls. They talk about success. They talk about car. They talk about, these kind of things. All right. So this person, this boy in the second room in the mode of passion. When you look at the third one, this fella, when it comes holiday, he will sleep from morning till night till next day. Have you seen people waking up very late? Right? Go to bed the whole night browsing. Go to bed 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and wake up next day at 11 o'clock. When the person who do not wake up before the sunrise, it's in the mode of ignorance. All right? If they wake up after the sunrise, say like before 6:30, before 7:15 the sun rises, right? It's during Brahma Muhurta. Anyway, we discuss that later. But some people, holiday day, they will sleep. They say, oh, we have to catch up with all the tiredness and fatigue. Can you, by sleeping extra, can you remove your tiredness and fatigue? No. The more you sleep, the more and fatigue you will be. There's no such thing, you feel fresh. Right? So waking up late, going at night browsing, at night going roam around, these are the things. So what happened here, even though all these situation is like this, right? Even though all the situation is like this, okay, but we understand that all these children are staying in a same house. Staying in a same house, but have different mode. So all the same house is material nature, but you are in different mode. So when a person in this mode of material nature, the mode of goodness, it is conducive to practice sadhana, bhakti, or studying of the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita. It's conducive. These people, mode of passion, they are not interested because they have no time to touch the book and read, because they are too busy enjoying life. And this third fella also have no time because he prefer to hallucinate. He rather sit and dream about something, watch some movie and imagine. He have no time for that. So among the three modes of material nature, the one in mode of goodness is conducive to achieve or to understand spiritual topic. But whatever it is, all of them still under the mode of material nature. So the goal of chapter 14 is, how can I come out of this place to go to this to go to that eternal place. How can I come out of this mode of nature and go to the place of transcendental? That means be beyond that mode of goodness. They call the mode of transcendental goodness. That's what Guna Nidhi. That is the goal of chapter 40. All right, now I want to ask you a question. Did you understand these three modes so far? It's very important topic. You must understand this. Then you will understand the following subjects as we go on. Yes. Oh, Sharmila Mataji. Yes. Okay. Thank you. How about others? Kala Maniraj. Okay. Mangala Rukmini. Good. K7. Right. How about others? You can now spin or spotlight multiple. Okay. Divya. Very good. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Remove pin. Or I pinned you for why? Yeah? Why pin Itigash? Remove pin. How to remove pin? Radhe iPhone also pin. How come? Remove pin. All right. I accidentally pin everyone, I think. All right. Someone sent a message. Brinda Priya, understand. All right. How about, okay, I hope that everyone understand. If you don't understand, please stop me and ask. You have all the right to this thing. I look at the possibilities that most likely some of you may not come and touch this book again. But once and for all, understand. Maybe after a few years later, when you're going to come back to the book, you can recall back, this is what it meant. Right? This is actually a deep studies. Understand. Purna Rupini. Okay? Everyone, All right. So I assume that everyone understands. Okay. Right. So now the goal is, okay, now we understand the three modes of nature that bind. Okay. Okay, now. So now the predomination guna in Kali Yuga is in the mode of passion and ignorance. The passion and ignorance is the main mode that dominating Kali Yuga, in Kali Yuga. Everybody wants to become they want to enjoy the sense gratification. They want to enjoy. All right. They want to work. They want to progress, excel in life. That is also the main reason that our forefathers migrated from India and China, come to Malaysia and all these other countries. Formerly, they lived accordingly. They lived accordingly. That means they are not so hard up or this thing. But because of the desire of going to other place and to improve the socio-economic economic situation, all right, for that reason, that all our forefathers migrated from India or China or any other countries, they go to other countries. That is also the reason that we also, our children and all this, they want to plan to migrate out. For what? Because for a better life, better opportunity, better sense gratification. All right. But something, can we stop? No. Even my children are also thinking the same thing. My son is taking up German because he said he wants to go to Germany one day. My daughter all studying in the sense of UK. Because despite, even though I am cultivating them, training them up, but I hope, hopefully, that they will change them. Right? So what I'm saying, this is the goal. Everybody wants to make money. For the sake of that, they are willing to do anything. So they make money, they think about how to improve their life, they meditate on that, and after that, after their work finished, they come back and they sleep. For them is passion and ignorance. These are the people you see Saturday, Sunday, don't disturb. Not available. NA. Sometimes they put in the status, do not disturb me on weekend. Some people will just off the phone, disconnect their phone, everything, the landline and phone, everything, they throw one side. And what they do? They close everything and they hibernate in the house. Right? So, hard work, rest well, sleep well. Work hard, eat nicely, sleep nicely, make love nicely, enjoy the sense gratification nicely. This is what the animalistic way people are living. So this is the mode of passion and ignorance. But now as Kali Yuga is progressing further, now the thing came, the social media and all these things. They call the Rahu effect. As Kali Yuga becoming more and more, the planet Rahu effect will start to increase. What is Rahu? Shadow. Everybody start to live in shadow. Shadow become a lifestyle. So what we are doing, Yukta Vairagya, we are also utilizing the Rahu effect or the shadow effect in speaking about Krishna, engaging in Krishna consciousness, doing Bhakti Yoga through this Rahu effect. How? By this Zoom platform. In this Zoom platform, we are speaking. I'm in Ipoh, and some of you are in KL, Penang, all over the world, just Singapore, JB, Russia, India. So many people are here from many countries. Right? And the thing is, we are not even seeing each other's face. But through the communication like that, we feel like it's so real feeling that I am closely associating with you. But actually, we are thousands of miles apart. We are connected through this illusory thing called social media. Social or internet. So, but what we are utilizing, Yukta Vairagya. We are not asking you to renounce, oh, I want to practice sadhana bhakti, I want to be a devotee, I want to do sadhana bhakti, I want to like what they call, engage in devotional service. So what I do, from now onwards, I'm going to give up everything, sell my car, sell my house, maybe just go into a small house, downgrade. No, we are not asking that. What Krishna says, Yukta Vairagya. Whatever things you have, use it for Krishna. I got a car, I go to work, I come back from work, I take my bath, then I'll think about someone. So I use my phone, even though you're using your phone for all the social media, all these things, sometimes everything connect. Even school students also, they have to have WhatsApp. All the silly teachers are sending everything through the WhatsApp. So irritating. I can't even take it away from them, right? Okay, so even though we are utilizing that phone for all these kind of things, so after I come back home, I take the phone and I call someone. Hello? So say, Mr. Krishna, how are you? Yes, who's this? I'm Padita Tarna. Yes. You know something? Recently I came across a book, Bhagavad Gita. talking about Bhagavad Gita, I remembered you. Do you know this book can actually help you? Help to solve all your problems? Because I understood from Bhagavad Gita, the problem is not the external. The problem is actually from the internal. If you simply change your way you think, you perfect your life. We are not saying about correcting your life or becoming successful. You perfect your life by teaching the Bhagavad Gita. And you know what? This Bhagavad Gita is presented in English and simple language, and it's very highly philosophy. It's beautiful book. So I would like to come and meet you to give you that book. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I'm coming at 7:30. You'll be at home, right? Yes. So what do? You take your car, you pour petrol. Of course, the petrol that you use for your sense gratification, but now you're utilizing for what? Because now you're working for Krishna. You're driving the car to meet that person and you walk into the house, your precious time, you're spending your time. After 10 hours utilizing for your job, after many hours for your sense, but now you're utilizing at least 1 hour, 1.5 hours just to go there and tell them, something. But let me tell you, once you go there, you deliver a Bhagavad Gita to them. Now, please take this book. Oh, thank you so much. And let me guide you what I understood. I attended a Gita Gyan program, right? And this Padita Tarna told me this. All right, now tell you what, you just follow this. Oh, okay. Oh, quite interesting. All right, now I tell you what. The Padita Tarna got his YouTube channel. You watch that first chapter, then you read that book. All right, because most likely he may not doing it again, or maybe quite after some time. I suggest you go and get his channel. He's the channel. I take the channel. I read. Look at chapter 1. Go through that. Then you read the book. Then you go. So what are you doing here? You are utilizing. This is called Yukta Vairagya. You are utilizing your phone. You are utilizing your car. You are utilizing your petrol, your time. Just take a drive to someone's house and encourage them to read a Bhagavad Gita. Even that short utilization of your time is super glorious. We will study that in chapter 18. How glorious if you can just ask someone or convince someone, take up studying this book. Right? And how to solve? What you have realized, just say. That's it. By distributing Bhagavad Gita. Right? So that's called Yukta Vairagya. We are not asking you to give up everything and become a mendicant. We are just telling, utilize. So now we are utilizing social media, which I cannot see you, you cannot see me. Now is the Rahu effect start to increase, the shadow effect start to increase. And now the shadow effect has gone so crazy. It's just 5,000 after this Kali Yuga. They got another 427,000 years to go until the end of this Yuga. It's already AI. Even sometimes when you compose something according to your RI, not AI. AI is artificial intelligence. RI means real intelligence. Sometimes when I compose something, I say, very nice. Which AI used? I use my own mulala. I use my own brain to compose, right? And people like the day I created one a poetic way of explaining Sunday program. Last Sunday program was very beautiful Ipo Sunday program, and I just told it the weather is conducive, and people were so lovely. And I just wrote, and people asked, "Oh, very nice, like AI can do wonder." I said, "What AI?" I thought the poem. I said, "No, I just typed." Oh my God! Now everything is AI. All right, artificial. Even you use your brain also is considered AI. So it's becoming even worse. Now they create a robot. The rails robot. You know that they created in China. They created the female look robot to make the what they call the lonely man, entertain the lonely man, entertain the old man. He's going total madness. But this is how this thing. But that's why he says, because in Kali Yuga the predominant is passion and ignorance. So we are actually using that passion and ignorance for the service of Krishna. All right? When you look at this, how these things are working, all right? Very nicely explained, all right? When you really look at it, okay, now let me get the pen now. Get me what color I should use. Okay, I use this brown. All right, now let's look at this very carefully. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent. Yeah, this is too much, not nice. Okay, let me get the highlighter. Right now, sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent. Sometimes the mode of goodness become prominent. How? By, all right, by defeating the mode of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. All right. And other time, the ignorance defeat goodness and passion. And now what Krishna says, that means true in this way, there are always competition for supremacy. Can you see? Even the mode is there, even the mode is fighting among themselves. So this mode, it is not a matter which is not alive, it is alive. It sometimes, when you look at this mode, sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, right? Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent. Okay. Sometimes the mode of goodness become prominent. Okay. Then what happened? Then, because why prominent? It want to defeat the mode of passion and ignorance. It want to defeat this thing. Right? Then, all right? And sometimes the mode of passion want to defeat goodness and ignorance. And other time, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. Right? Ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always a what? Competition. Please underline this. So, competition for supremacy means we are become helpless. Right? Sometimes we say, like, for instance, but this mode, 3 mode is something which, okay, now you need to have the mode of ignorance to go to bed at night. If at night before you go to bed, you become passionate, finish, you cannot sleep. You need to go in the mode of ignorance. Ignorance make you inertia and want to feel sleepy. You go to bed. You wake up in the morning before the sunrise, Brahma Muhurta. It's not only saying this now. Even when you study about all the millionaires, you study about all the life of a millionaires, Bill Gates and all the most successful people in the world, Tony Fernandez, everything, they wake up at 4 in the morning. And they say, those who wake up 4 in the morning, they'll be very successful in life. Even in material concept of life, those who wakes up at 4 a.m., these are the people naturally become very successful. Why? That's the time the brain start to function properly. At that time, even the dog is sleeping. You can't even hear the dog barking. That's the time naturally the man goes into deep slumber because they are in mode of ignorance. At that moment only the thing will pull you deep into the slumber. But if you challenge that and come out and wake up at that, that's why the thief knows when to rob a house. They don't rob the house at other time. They come around 4 o'clock, they know everybody in deep slumber. Right? So in that portion, the flow go in, and so at that moment you wake up. At that moment when you wake up, your mind is fully in total mode of goodness. It's not disturbed. It's very calm. And that's the time you start to have a lot of inspiration. And that's the time you should do your prayer. That's the time you should be doing your chanting. Right? Like that, right? So when you wake up that early, even in your material life, then that's the time the children should wake up and study. But nowadays, the children come back from school, 10 o'clock, they take the book, they study until 4 o'clock in the morning, and next day they sleep and wake up at 10 o'clock and look like a zombie. They sleep the whole night, study video at 3, 4 o'clock, then go to school, they look like a zombie. And they go to the exam hall, they forget everything, finish. So that's the thing. So it must be, remember, that's always they are fighting among themselves. Can you please emphasize the text again and explanation of for deeper understanding? Which one? Which text you're talking about, Abhirami? Current one. You mean this one? 14 point, this one? You're talking about this? Okay. So you are saying, can you please emphasize the text again and explanation for deeper understanding? Like what? How they defeat each other? Okay, so far, whatever I explained. Repeat all over again, is it? Lama. Okay, I'll repeat all over again. So now we understand. Okay, 14.10. In 14.10, Raja Tamas Chabibuya Sattvam Bhavati Bharata Raja Sattvam Tamas Chaiva Tamas Sattvam Rajastata. So now, right? Okay, now Abhirami, you have to. Okay, Anna, I'm going to have a conversation with you. Huh? Wait. Let me see. Let me get the highlighter. Where's the highlighter? All right. Okay. Now, number one. He says, there is always a competition between these three modes of nature. Okay? In three modes of nature, there's always a competition. They love to compete among themselves. Who is better? Okay? Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent. Okay? How, when the mode of goodness becomes prominent means they have to defeat the passion and the ignorance. Usually early in the morning when a person wakes up, they will be naturally in the mode of goodness. Right? And they defeat the passion because at the time you cannot be passionate, you cannot be thinking about how to make money and all that. At the same time, you're forcing yourself up by giving up ignorance because that's the time that people like to go into deep slumber. You defeat all that, you wake up early in the morning. That is goodness. So far, so good? Abhirami. Okay, great. Then, sometimes, now, the mode of passion will defeat goodness and ignorance. Right? When? Say, example, you're going for a meeting. You're going for, okay, like for instance, the stock market meeting. If you go to the stock market meeting or you go for some kind of MLM meeting or whatever, you become so much of passionate. When you go for that kind of meeting, you don't talk about, don't expect any result. Just do your job. You cannot talk like that. As a trainer, what do you need to do? Come on, this stock going to make money. This one you can do it. So at that time, you don't see the mode of goodness and ignorance there. You got it? All right. Then after that, what happened? After they make some good money and everything, at night, they go to the pub. Hey, let's go for a nightlife. Let's go for a disco. Right? Go for a disco, go for a pub. Just relax and unwind. All right? So that time, we are going into ignorance. So once you are sitting in a pub, listening to some nice music, enjoying life, there will be no goodness. You won't be thinking about, do you know what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says? Right? We don't talk about that. And secondly, we can make big in life. You also don't talk about it. What do you talk? How to boost and how to get drunk. You got it? Okay, good. So this is the way that these three always they compete among themselves for supremacy. They always compete among themselves. Who's going to take over? Who's going to be successful? You got it? Who's going to be the dominant factor? But as Kali Yuga coming in, the mode of passion also is not there, but all going into the mode of what they call ignorance. The ignorance became a dominant part. All right. People don't eat. We should eat before the sunset. How many of us are eating before the sunset? Eating after the sunset itself, we are already in ignorance. So basically, we need to be aware of which we are observing our thoughts. Yes, correct. So now basically what is happening? Now you're checking yourself. Am I in which mode now? So consciously you are trying to rectify. You got it? You got it right, Abhi. All right? Okay. Now, but how will I know I'm right? Yeah, that's why that's the teaching now only starting. Now only you're talking about three mode of material nature. Chapter 14, then you see 15, 16, 17, 18. All the chapter will be explaining the three mode of material nature. Varieties of examples. Okay. All right, great. So, so where was I? What's the time? Huh? Wow, 8 o'clock. My God. I'm taking my sweet time. Anyway, so 8:25. So where was I? So like that. Okay, example, we should not eat before the sunset. All right, but before the sunset, we should have eaten. So, so this is basically if yesterday's teaching. This is of, yeah, of course. All the topics are continuing. When you see chapter 1, all continue until you come to the perfect conclusion. That's why chapter 18 is called the perfect conclusion. All right. So now, okay. Okay, now for instance, let's go for Nasi Kanda. Those who go and sit in Nasi Kanda, finish. Right? They say that those people, yes, but please join all the class, Abi, until the end. So they say, as long as you start to enjoy mama food, the Indian Muslim food or the Malay food, all this, all right, the food is total mode of ignorance. Okay, whatever we eat, even you go for roti canai, teh tarik, that food is mode of ignorance. If you just try, check yourself, you eat that food, you see how you feel. If you go for curry meat, Chinese food, after you feed, you feel like you are so much of passionate. You know, so this is basically the food is like that, right? So, you know the way that what the mama flows used to do. We offer our food to Krishna to make it prasadam. But you know what they do? They take the water and spit. They too spit on the food. They make a curry, two. They spit all on the food. The food become prasadam. And that kandravi that actually we are eating, that nasty food. You know, I tell you, nasi kanda is such a horrible food. The mama food is so horrible. And secondly, they are very addictive. All right? They put some kaskas and create addiction. You can get hooked. But of course, thank God people caught them doing it. You know, when they prepare the food, they have to spit on the food. Can you imagine spit on your food? The dal that you put, you take the dal, you feel slimy. Dirt. Right? Because they're just tended. So because when they spit on the food become halal, it seems. I wonder what nonsense there. Oh, thinking about it. All right. So anyway, so like that. Okay. Anyway, so now let's move on. So those who enjoy the mama food, please forgive me. I didn't meant to discourage you. I'm just sharing what I have seen. Okay. 14:18. Someone sent a message, but I can't see. That food sleepy. Okay. 14.8, 18. Urdvam gachanti satvasta, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaganya guna vrittista, ado gachanti tamasa. Wow. See the way Krishna spoke. Those situated in the mode of goodness, gradually go upward to the higher planet. If you go on living in the mode of goodness, you can end up in heaven. Those in the mode of passion live in this earthly planet. They live around this area. And those in the abominable mode of ignorance, sleep and anything, they go down to the hellish world. Even these three mode of the thing that will take you to either heaven or live in this planet, or you go to the hellish planet down there. All right. Now, then after that, okay, now let's look at this. So let's understand the result and the mode. Okay, those in the mode of goodness, right? Sense of, okay, what their binding force? Binding force means what is their conditioning? Happiness, satisfaction, knowledge, and superiority. Those, their characteristic is they have knowledge, no sinful reaction. These are the pious people. They do good things. Those in the mode of passion, their attachment to fruitive activity, their rope, desire and attachment. They got so much of desire and attachment. The characteristic intense, unlimited desire and longing. They have a great attachment and they always think of fruitive activity. How to make. So what's their life? Always miserable. You see the life of a businessman, top guys, they're all living a miserable life. Because I also came from that environment. So, because usually they think of how to make money, how to do the blah, blah, blah. So sometimes, certain things they do can end up wrong decision, wrong investment. Then after they reinvest, they're always in miserable condition. And the people in mode of ignorance, these are the people mad, lazy, and sleepy. Okay, they're always sleepy. They are usually delusion, darkness, madness, and inertia. The result is they are basically foolish. So now, how to transcend the three mode? How to get out of this three mode? Become Gunatita. So in this place, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in chapter 14, 22 to 25, text 20-25 says, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present or long for them when they disappear. When they're present, they don't hate it. When the thing disappear, you don't long, once upon a time, long for the disappearance. Who are unwavering and undisturbed through all these reaction of material qualities, through the reaction of these material qualities, remaining neutral, transcendental, knowing that mode alone inactive. That means whatever things happening, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, you understand it's only the mode of nature is happening. When someone come and honk at you, shout at you, the flow is in mode of passion. Right? So we understand, actually he's not the doer, the mode of the nature is doing it. Who is situated in the self, regards alike happiness and distress. They are above happiness and distress. Who looks upon lump of earth, stone, a piece of gold with equal eye. Who is equal toward the desirable and undesirable. Who is steady, situated equally well in praise or blame. And whether they praise you, they blame you, they honor you or dishonor you. Who treats alike both friend and enemy. Who has renounced all material activities. They don't have any other materially motivated activities. Such a person is said to have transcend the mode of nature. So these are the people who are actually out of these three mode of nature. Okay. Now, 26. Mamchayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. What it says here, what Krishna is saying here, right? He says, all right, one who engage in full devotional service, right? Those who engage in full devotional service, right? Bhakti yogena sevate. Okay. Unfailing in all circumstances. In all circumstances, you don't fail because you're engaging in full devotional service. You're going to work, all right? You're thinking of Krishna. You're working. You're grateful to Krishna for giving you a brand new day. You're going to work. You get your salary. You come and offer to Krishna. Give for charity, for propagation, distributing Bhagavad Gita. You make a commitment every month. I'm going to distribute Bhagavad Gita. Like that. You unfail in all circumstances. So when people do this, you know what happened? At once, it transcends. Sagunan samatityaitan. Brahma bhuyate kalpate. At once, transcend the modes of material nature. And they come to the level of Brahman. So, now we see, it takes such a huge process to achieve. But then Krishna comes to the conclusion. He says, when a person engage in full devotional service, how? Read Bhagavad Gita daily without fail. Study. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The recommendation is if you can do 16 rounds. One round is 108. Like that, do 16 times in a day. Only 16 times. If you're going to do one shot, it's only going to take you 1.5 hours. When we sacrifice 1.5 hours out of our 24 hours, our life becomes perfect. So, every day, 2.5 hours, dedicate. Okay, out of 24 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes, use it for Krishna. 1 hour plus 1.5 hours for chanting the holy name. Half an hour for studying the Gita. At least one verse, one purpose is in. Go deep into it. Another 40 minutes, make a call to a friend and encourage him to own a Bhagavad Gita. Another 40 minutes. So 2 hours, 40 minutes. 10% of your 24 hours, if you can simply dedicate for Krishna service, your life is perfect. And you have a chance of transcend the mode of material nature. All right? Oh, but should I do it after evening? No, it doesn't matter. You have 24 hours. While you're working in your clique, how many people are working in your office? One day, tell someone. It works, I'm telling you. Right? When I was in college, I distribute 1 Bhagavad Gita per week. Okay? 1 Bhagavad Gita I distribute every week. I distribute 1 Bhagavad Gita. I'll take the books, I go. Some or other in 1 week, I identify someone and I encourage him to own a Gita. Like that. At least you can talk maybe 40 minutes of your time. All right. Say you're going to spend for what? 200 minutes per week. It takes you 200 minutes to convince one person to own a Gita. Your life is glorious. We are not talking about perfection. We are talking about glorious. You know, like that. So 2 hours and 40 minutes. In your whole day, while you're going for a lunch, suddenly you see one accident and someone just forward new things or some new place. Have you heard about, recently, there's so pitiful thing. There's one doctor, she's a dentist. Such a young, pretty girl. Died in accident. I think she just got married also. Kuala Lumpur Hospital, she's a dental doctor. Pang! Then they start to show about her life. She's a Miss Petite runner-up. She's a model. She had a fantastic, beautiful, wonderful life. Married to another doctor who was such a nice, they're a beautiful couple. And recently they celebrate the father's birthday. Right? Just few days ago. Father's birthday, dad, whatever, whoever it is, I'm still your baby girl, something like that. Then after that, they had a first year anniversary with the husband. They took the photo, everything. Pop, at 1 second, split second, 7:20 in the morning. Pop, gone. Then people say, oh my God, so promising life, model, very famous, very pretty, just got married, and the girl simply perished. I believe people talk like this to you, right? So say, you know something? You know why all these things happening? All this has a reason. But what is the reason? If I'm going to explain to you, why not I give you a book that's going to explain to you all these things? Really? Take the Bhagavad Gita. You will understand why all these things happening. If we don't know this, we are simply wasting our life. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending like an animal. What do you mean? We eat, they eat, we defend, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Sounds something. Take the book. When you read Bhagavad Gita, you will have the inspiration. Krishna will inspire you from the heart what to speak. It's not like a salesmanship. You create a phrase and go and talk. Krishna will inspire you. And you know something? Who going to own a Gita, Krishna already decided. And you going to be the instrument of distributing the Gita. And imagine Krishna selected you to do that. That means Krishna is paying attention on you. We are all doing so hard, fast, and all these kind of things. Oh God, do you really look at me? Do you know I exist? Hey God, please. Just like one superstar walks and people are like crazy, they're shouting, hey, now the Messi is in India. Or some of these kind of, like Ajit, the fella is in KL. And they walk in, everybody screaming like a mad fella. Hey, you know me. And he just glances. He don't even see who's there. Like that, we are calling, hey, Krishna, do you see I'm here? Hey, look here, man. God, I'm suffering. Like that. Act in such a way, God look at you. When you read the book, from the heart, Krishna says, well, okay. According to your mode, according to your nature, you have a people like that. And Krishna will utilize you to inspire another person to understand the Gita. So what we understand, Krishna paying attention on you. So you do not need to scream, Krishna, are you looking at me? No, Krishna is now looking at you. If you don't believe me, just try it. Because what I'm saying, I'm giving you an open challenge. Use it just like a scientist. Don't take my word for granted. I'm not perfect. Don't take my word for granted. We are not a sentimental movement. We are scientific movement. Try it. At least 1 day or 2 days, try it. All right? Like somebody say, is it simply by repeating this word, Hare Krishna Rama can give me happiness? Try. Why asking me? I am benefiting. You try. Oh, I don't. Then I challenge you. Try. Even you try with hatred. Hey, you know something? I'm not going to believe in you. I'm simply going to repeat your name because I'm challenging to say that you are wrong. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is wrong. I'm going to fight it and I'm going to chant your name. Don't think you're going to convince me, huh? Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, what is happening with me? I tell you, there's one girl recently. She went through severe depression. She's on medication. When I talk to her, she talks something else. You know, sometimes the depressed people, they think they know too many things. Sometimes it's quite annoying. But of course, we have to have all the patience to talk to them. And I say, no, Anne, why I chant Om Namo Vasudeva cannot? Oh, why I can say Om Namo Narayana cannot? Oh, if I chant Om Namo, what they call Om Ganapati Namaha cannot? Om Namo. I say, look here, you don't ask me can or cannot. I am giving you the remedy that can solve your problem. If you want, you take it. Try it. Okay, I'll try. I cannot chant 108 rounds. I say, it's up to you. Then how many times? I'm going to say it 9 times. Only 9 times. It's a real life story I'm telling you. That recently happened. Only 9 times I'm going to chant the mantra. I say, up to you. Okay. And you know what? She chanted the mantra 9 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. And you know what happened to her? That day, all right, after she chant this mantra just 9 times, then she was doing something and everything. Suddenly, she felt very sleepy and everything. She went to bed. She forgot to take a night medicine or something that induces sleeping, right? That's supposed to induce a sleeping. She didn't take. Next day, she woke up. Of course, they have to take the first medicine, the psychiatric medicine. Took that, anti-depression. But the mother was so surprised because the mother is so annoyed with her. And this girl is under depression. Of course, the old people cannot understand. Always quarrel. Always quarrel. A simple thing. She will shout until the neighbors also will have to close the ears. But now what happened? She stopped shouting. She became sober. Then the next day, she started to feel, how come I feel something better in my heart? Okay, let me do it again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Only 9 times. Next day. Then the third day, after few days, she became totally sober and stopped fighting with the mother. The mother is wondering, what actually has gone wrong with you? The mother thought maybe she's sick or what? No? Yeah, ma, what happened to you? Suddenly when the child always fight with you, because the mother knows she's a psychiatric patient. Stop shouting, stop fighting. She became more sober. Then she said, Anna, I have to meet you. I have to do. Because now I just remembered she wanted to meet me for the last what, 3-4 weeks. Because being very busy, I couldn't meet her. Right? Because maybe after this program, I have to go and see her. Maybe I'll take a selfie and share in the group. Right? And she totally transformed. But before that, she challenged me. You don't ask me to chant 108 times. I only do 9. Okay, up to you. I say, why 9? Because I got all the other mantras to chant. I got Om Namah Shivaya to chant. I've got Om Ganapati to chant. I have Om Namo Vasudeva. I got all the mantras to chant. I chant in one mala. Hare Krishna, just new entry. And that also so long mantra. 9 times enough. And after that, she told me, what is this, man? What this kind of miracle is this mantra? Just 9 times a day. That's what I'm telling you. When you can do 108 times, one mala, one round, like that, if you can do 16 times in a day, you will transform entirely into a new person. It doesn't take much of the thing, right? It doesn't take any mumbo jumbo. Just simply chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita and distribute Bhagavad Gita. I honestly promise, by the name of God, I tell you, your life will be perfect. Because this is the story of the Sanatan Goswami. He is sitting under a tree. He is a former, what they call, he's a formerly, minister in Nawab Hussain Shah, the minister. He's one of the prime minister. He has the savings. The savings is as the gold coin as big as a boat. You know the sampan? Full of gold coin. That was his saving. Because those days they don't give cash, they give gold coin. He threw everything and he became this thing and he engaged himself. One day, this man, the businessman, came. He knows this person is very rich. And now he's given up everything. And somehow or other he went and said, what they call, Swami, my life is suffering, my life is terrible. I'm going through so much of challenges. Can you bless me? Can you bless me? I say, yeah. Because sometimes what we do, when we go and look at sadhu, we go and look at sannyasi, we pray, oh sannyasi, please bless me so I become a millionaire. Oh sannyasi, bless me so that I can make more money. Oh sannyasi, bless me so I can have a good wife, many children. All right? That's a wrong way. But the bogus sadhus will tell you, 16 petru perunal valga. Right? May you be successful in all your attempt. That's the mundane sannyasi who is materially motivated. But this person, Sanatan Goswami, is sitting and chanting. When this person came and asked him, you want something? Okay. Can you see a rubbish dustbin there? Those days rubbish, they pile up, it's so smelly and dirty, right? You go to the dustbin there, right? You go there, there's one stone. Take and go. Right? Then what he did? He went there and Kalaran, he just went and removed all the rubbish. He found a gold, a diamond. And he asked, what stone is this? It's Chintamani stone. Chintamani stone in English we call as touchstone. You touch anything, the thing will become gold. All right? Go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this businessman went and touched everything, turned into gold, and he became very opulent. He became very opulent. After he became very opulent, then suddenly he remembered. That person kept the stone in the pile of rubbish. So that means he got a better wealth than this stone. And then out of curiosity, he went back and he said, oh Sadhu, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. When I came and asked for this, you just said, there's a Chintamani stone in the rubbish, in the dustbin. You asked me to take and go. And through this thing, I made a lot of money. I made a lot of golds. I become fortunate. But now I realize, why did you actually keep that stone in the dustbin? Is that something that you have even more valuable than Chintamani stone? He asked that question. He said, yes. You want that? Then he says, if you want the greatest wealth, throw the Chintamani back inside Yamuna, the river Yamuna. Throw it inside the river Yamuna and throw all the gold you made into the Yamuna. Throw away everything. Then come to me. I will give you that. Okay? I will give you that. Then what he did? He gave that the Brahmana, he gave this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is a book called, where is the book? All right. Harinam Chintamani. Even there's a book, Harinam Chintamani. It has 101 evidence why this mantra is so potent and so powerful. It will basically will fulfill all your desire. At the same time, it also can give you liberation. At the same time, this mantra also can take you back to Godhead. Can make you give up all kind of material desire. It can fulfill all your material desire. It can even take you to heaven. At the same time, this mantra also can remove all your material desire so that you can go back to Godhead. It's a powerful mantra. That's what we call as Maha Mantra. And that is what the Hare Krishna movement is propagating all over the world. People ask, sometimes when we go for a funeral, they ask us to sing bhajan and everything. They ask, hey, you don't have any other song? Why are you keep repeating Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare? You don't have any other song? Mukunda, Mukunda, or something like that? Because we are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. All the potential in all the mantras are in this. That's why we call as Maha Mantra. Right? So that's the thing. So when you go on chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you start to see how your life will transform. Amazing. But that girl was only 9 times a day she chants. And her life was totally on the way. She's getting really a good transformation. So take the commitment, RDC formula, read Bhagavad Gita with all your attention, distribute Bhagavad Gita and chant Hare Krishna. Your life will be very successful. All right? The life will be successful beyond your imagination. Your life will be perfect. Your life will be complete. With that, thank you so much. So we open for a question. Thank you. Exactly what time? 8:50. Oh, okay. 8:50 we have complete. This topic is supposed to be, but in my Namahat program, this is the topic we are discussing. And the day, I think, is there my Namahat students are here? That's nice. So Helen, is it Helen is here? Oh, I think she's not here. Right. Right. So then, the day we discussed becoming knowledge can attain. Okay. The chapter 2, the verse 2, Idam Jnanam Upashritya. By becoming fixed in the knowledge, one can attain to the transcendent nature of my own established. Okay. I think the first one or verse 2, we had just one verse, we had a 2 hours discussion. Right? And all the verses, we have something like 1.5 hours, 2 hours, just this one verse. That means we went into deep, almost 1 hour plus discussion just in that one verse. All right. So, okay. So, Krishna. So let's open for question. Any questions? Any comment? Do you think this class is good? Do you feel inspired? Say something.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. How, Mataji, how do you think the thing is transforming you? What do you think? That takeaway? Purna Rupini Mataji.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually,
Come near to your
really
mic, Mataji.
I understand more deeper, Prabhu. I'm really very, very inspired.
So now you understand the three mode of material nature, eh?
Yes, yes.
Very nice. Good.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Because if you understand these three mode of material nature, it's very hard to understand the following topics. The following point, you may not understand. So once and for all, better than reading alone. Yes, of course, definitely. Better than reading alone. Then let's see, as usual, very good. Oh, thank you, Vrinda Priya Mataji. Better than reading alone. Yes, making me understand thoughts, emotion, and duty. Very good, Abhirami. Fantastic. Yeah. Anything else? We have Sharmila Mataji. She's a new person and she's great ecstasy. She wants a Bhagavad Gita. I supposed to deliver to her. Are you there? Okay, put a thumbs up. Okay. Any questions? It is a great opportunity to ask a question. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Okay, I sometimes, maybe I have children, or anyone, any children I'm in contact with,
Yeah.
it is very quite difficult to convince them to, chant or read Bhagavad Gita. How to break that, Prabhu? That, that it's not easy to get the message across. They all say, oh, no, I don't want to read this. They find it a bit difficult to accept, that
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita book, like you see, look at the Christians, look at they so important reading Bible. Look at the Malays reading Quran, but among Indians, it's very difficult to penetrate the market. I mean, into the society of our book. It's the most very powerful, very it's a beautiful message there, but it's not easy to hit. I'm experiencing that. I mean, my go so far, I'm experiencing that. So how do I tackle this problem, Prabhu?
Okay. You asked a very good question. That is a very normal thing in parenting to
Yes.
convince the children, Hannah, to take up this because we have seen the truth and they're only saying, okay. First of all right,
Yeah.
a person, you became a devotee and you have taken initiation, right?
Yes,
Priya
Prabhu.
means you are initiated, yes?
Yes. Yes.
All right. You are in SDMKL.
Yes.
All right. When a person sprouted in that family, in your family, you became a devotee and you
Yeah.
have taken initiation. You went to the level of initiation. So that means you have
Yeah.
got a taste in chanting at least.
Yes.
All right. So we don't want to
Yes.
take it.
Yes.
So at least chanting. Okay. Maybe you haven't got a
Yes.
Sukriti in your Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or Prashadam, but at least you got a Sukriti in chanting. So
All right.
when the seed sprouted in that family, it is just
Yes.
matter of time, the others will sprout.
Okay.
It happens. So, but the children or whatever, they have to go through the process because now they are in great ecstasy, excitement of material life.
Right.
Trust me,
Okay.
even the child which is born, the devotee, the child born to a devotee, at one particular moment, they will go out to experience outside life. And they may break all the rules and regulations, but of course, eventually they'll come back.
Okay.
Because it is very normal. Because the children has to what they call experience. That means the inquisitiveness.
Yeah.
Oh, Krishna, the Supreme Personality, this and yeah, okay la. But look at that outside. What is happening? So they will they will somehow or other go. So what you can do, Mataji, you have to set up a good standard, a high standard in your house, that this is the standard that you will this thing, and the children have to come back. If at all they come to your house, they have to maintain that. That means my house, there is no non-vegetarian. Number two,
Yeah,
my house.
our house is vegetarian, but my children are adults actually.
Correct. I understand. So
Okay.
sometimes they say, okay, for the children, like I have seen even initiated devotees cook non-veg for the children.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So okay, now my standard is the house is vegetarian. Number two, this house no onion, no garlic. Number three, this house the food that we cook only offer to Krishna. So when they come back home, they are only eating prashadam.
Yes.
So when you're going to set that standard, so when they are they staying with you?
No. One's working in Singapore. They're working. Yeah. Okay.
So whenever they happens to come back, they know they're coming to this thing, and you're going to chant Hare Krishna and all this. Just matter of time, everything will be fine. Because Krishna
It's quite a while already. It's really quite a while already.
Mataji, after 30 years, I'm 32 years in Hare Krishna movement since 93. And only 5 years ago, my mother was convinced with Hare Krishna, with Bhakti Yoga. Can you imagine?
Right.
Just 5 years ago. That eventually, she have taken up the Sadhan Bhakti. She started chanting, and now she's initiated. After how many years? I married to my wife after 15 years, and now only she have accepted this way of life. You won't know the mystery how Krishna prepare for you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You may not know.
Yeah.
So what we can do? So we do not. Okay. We will study that in chapter 17. Yes. I don't mention to it now because let it be a surprise.
Yes.
17.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
In chapter 17, that thing Krishna will be telling. All right. So we just carry on others because Krishna promised you. What he said? I preserve what you have and I supply what you lack. So what you are lacking is your children are not taking up this thing. Krishna will provide, don't worry.
See,
I
I
have
have
seen,
this boy. Sorry, Prabhu. Carry on.
I have seen
Carry
a
on,
girl
Prabhu.
born to a
Yeah.
devotee,
Mm.
born devotee, and eventually the girl became a non-vegetarian.
Mm.
She became a non-vegetarian. She started to, have life and everything. But the rules of the providence, she eventually married to a first-class devotee.
All right. Okay.
After the marriage, the girl changed back into the way of life. And now they're offering food. And now the girl also is preparing for her initiation.
All right. Oh.
Krishna will never let you. I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
Krishna is doing fishing. Once we have taken the bait. Now we have taken the bait. Sometime when you take the bait, so sometime have you heard about fishing? Have you done fishing before?
Me? No, Prabhu.
No, all right. So when you do fishing, Mataji, if you catch
Yeah.
a big fish, you cannot immediately pull the fish out. You will break the rod.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Okay.
Let it go. They release the what they call the string, the rope. What they call the string, the nylon. They let it go. They let go, poof, they pull back. So what happened? The hook will be even more intense. So they go there, they pull back. Even it goes. So it become like really locked you. So the fish will be in great pain. And eventually the fish will be very tired. Eventually the fish give up, and that's when they start to pull the fish out. So,
good explanation. Yeah. Okay.
Now the Krishna would he'll pull back. Eventually things will happen. What I've seen in my experience. Right?
Oh. Okay. I just have to keep on praying. Yeah. I mean, do my sadhana properly.
Just do your sadhana properly, study your Bhagavad Gita nicely.
Yes.
If you are a homemaker, if you're free, come and join my morning class, which we are doing a detailed studies. Right? Yeah, we're going to finish our Nectar of Devotion. I'm going to start the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then after 2 months break, I plan to take a 2 months break, because this whole year 2026 I've been doing class every day. 2025 every day.
I see.
Yeah, until I also I need a break. So March I'm going to start Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Sharmila Gunasegaran. Yes,
Thank you, Prabhu.
My pleasure, Mataji. My pleasure. Thanks for your question. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can explain more on Rahu effect? There not important lah, Kesavan. Rahu effect is something shadow. Now is everything is Rahu effect. Are you there, Kesavan? Kesavan is there. Rahu effect, right? If you look at the astrology, Rahu will enlarge everything. Ketu will reduce everything. Right? If the Rahu sits in the house of profit, you become a multi-millionaire. But if the Rahu sits in the house of sickness, your small disease will become big disease.
Okay, Prabhu.
The opposite of it is Ketu. If the Ketu sits in your house of profit, your big profit will become small, you become a pauper. Or if the Ketu sits in the house of disease, even a person suffer from terrible cancer or it will just reduce until it disappears. Sometimes we see, right? The cancer patient suddenly will heal and they start to say, these products saved my life. My diet saved my life. Come on, la. It's Ketu sitting on that and Ketu make it small. There's no miracle. Yeah. So now it's the Rahu effect. So everything is shadow. Yeah. Okay. Touching in the home example, I find it difficult to inculcate the values of what I have grown from my kid. I must say I've started being led by example. Yeah, correct. See, some or other when we reflect back, Abhi, when we reflect, all the things that happen in our life, it is something that molding you so that you can understand your situation. You know, all the challenges that we went through in life. Some experience it, some witness it. I witness it. You experience it. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about. So after seeing all this kind of trauma, right? So what happened? That's when I start to think. like our uncle, formerly very rich. But what happened? He became a pauper, bankrupt. He have lost everything. So I start to think, what actually went wrong? All the triggers. So whatever things, we always remember, all the past that whatever things happen in our life, it basically is creating an opportunity for us to understand or to go to the level of questioning why this thing is happening. If you really look at it, Abhi, it is a blessing in disguise. You got it? It's totally a blessing in disguise. As you go on, you will understand. Because when I was thinking, when I was declared bankrupt, I was thinking, why God is unfair to me? Why the same thing like what happened to our uncle, right? Our Thai Maman. Why is happening back to me now? Why again? Why again? But now I start to realize. Now you see, you saw an example. Then you didn't follow the example. Now you saw the example. Now you experience that example. And you come out of it. Wow, what a relief, man. Now when you really do plus minus, that's when it's unbelievable feeling. Okay? Yes, correct. Correct. Now contemplate on that. What we learned in our family is the biggest lesson that we should ponder and start to think. Are we doing the right thing? Because we are chewing the chewed. You know the sugar cane? After you chew everything, suck everything, you throw down and you take out and chew the thing again. Chewing the chewed. Minnade thiruppi milradhu. Milradhe thiruppi milradhu. Nalla suck panni edutha. You're chewing the chewed. So we are all somehow or other, we are chewing the chewed. So we have to think. We have to act differently. All right? You know our grandmother, how glorious. And what happened to her? And what happened to our mom? All that when you really sit and see, wow, all these are learning. Life is not unfair. The material nature is very cruel. Okay, Abhi? All right. Okay. Yes. Now let's look at the next one. Miss Dr. Valli Ammai Kasi. Prabhu got Bhagavad Gita in Chinese at Ipoh. I need one for my Chinese friend. Bhagavad Gita in Chinese. You should have asked me earlier lah. Do you know this Lalita Prema, the Chinese devotee? She has. You can get it from her. Rajendran. Glories Prabhu, with Prabhu's guidance, able to read the Bhagavad Gita, but earlier failed. So bona fide Krishna preacher is very true. Danda, Prabhu, please. I'm just repeating what I've learned from my guru and spiritual master. I'm not saying anything new. I'm just presenting according to what I've understood and how I understood. Okay. All glories to Sri Guru. I'm just an instrument. Anyway, thank you so much for your acknowledgement. All right. Okay. So anything else you want to ask? Is there any other question? Okay. Hare Krishna. Samsung SM055F. Now I know Vivo V333 is Mr. Gunasegaran. Yes. Yesterday I saw him changing the name. Okay, now I understand Mr. Gunasegaran is here. But who's the Samsung SM055F? All right, Uma Devi Mataji, then Kausika Das Prabhu, Ramachandram Appalanaidu. Okay, that's a sister, brother to Vrinda Devi Priya Mataji, I think. And Rani, all right, Rani. Okay, I'm not sure. Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something, Rajendran Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu, Rajendran, you want to say something? All right. Okay. All okay? Any question? We're going to end the session now. Okay. If there's no question, thank you so much for your wonderful time. It was a great pleasure I have with all of you to discussing the subject matter. And you know something, let me tell you honestly. I have never went this detail in Gita Gyan. The Gita Gyan idea is to give you a surface level understanding to induce you. So we got Gita Gyan 1, which is just a basic. Then Gita Gyan 2, a little detail. But what I did, I combined the Gita Gyan and 1 and 2, and I was giving the session. But with this 1 year, after reading some the book called Nectar of Instruction, Bhakti Aloka by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Harinam Chintamani, and now currently coming into this, what they call Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and some lectures here and there. So now I combine everything. And I always tell myself before the class, look here, don't go deep, people may not understand. Don't go deep, people may get traumatized. Don't go deep, people think, it's not my cup of tea, I'll chabut lari. You know, I don't think so. But I try my best, but somehow or other, I am so disabled to maintain my composure. So anyway, when I start talking, I still go. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, right, that you, every one of you here, and those who are watching this video without fail, right, you are my greatest inspiration. And I know that this is supposed to be your final destination or the starting of a final destination in this material world. For some, it could be a quarter final. For some, it could be a semi-final. For some, it could be final. But whatever it is, you are already on the boat, okay, that Krishna promises, and you're going to swiftly transcend the ocean of misery. We watched that video. Some of you might be feeling so scared. Oh my God, what is this? But for a devotee, this is something which we do not need to be so worried about. Because Krishna also says yesterday, right? I am the swift deliverer from the person from the ocean of birth and death. Trust in the word of Krishna, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and you start to feel how your life start transforming very, very, very positively. Life is beautiful if you understand life. But when a person don't understand life and they still feel life is beautiful, that person is hallucinating. But now we start to understand life. We understand the real perspective. Whatever challenges, suffering that our forefathers, our parents, or whoever it is they went through, now if you really think, all that are blessings. Krishna have created a scene for you. He's the director of your life. In this movie, in this life, Kala Mani Raja life is a movie, right? The day she was born to a mother, she grew up in that situation. Then she came, she studied in that one kind of situation. He married to one kind of person, and through the marriage, she has many kind of children, and the children brings her different kind of experience. And in between, she had gone through all kind of turbulence, happy, suffering, and everything. Make her become strong so that she could, when the opportunity comes, that trigger her intelligence to say, hey, what is happening in my life? Is that what we want? If you have that inquisitiveness, is considered you are almost perfect. There are so many people out there. They can be very highly educated. They can be very highly knowledgeable, very highly qualified, but still they are in ignorance. All right. So that is not a benchmark. We don't keep a benchmark of seeing education is a benchmark to identify a person intelligent. The intelligent is those who ask that critical question. Why I am suffering? The second, do I have a solution for this? Why things are not favorable? Is there something has gone wrong in my life? So you have that thought, you search for the thought, somehow or other you stumble upon, by the grace, you are here. With that, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Vancha kalpatarubhescha, kripa sindhu bevacha, paditanam pavinebhyo, Vaishnavebhayo namo namaha. Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you,
All
Prabhu.
glories to accessible devotees.
All glories to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for the beautiful
Hare
explanation.
Krishna.
Pleasure,
Thank
my
you,
pleasure.
Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru.